Welcome to this week's Tech and AI News Roundup for January 2026. We've got 12 major stories to cover, from corporate mega mergers to humanoid robots doing your dishes. Let's dive right in. Our first story is massive. Elon Musk is reportedly in talks to merge SpaceX with X.ai, the company behind the Grok chatbot. Now, here's what's interesting. Musk already moved $2 billion from SpaceX to X.ai, and Tesla separately invested another $2 billion. The big question? Whether Tesla will join this mega merger too. For now, that's not confirmed. Remember, these are early talks, not a done deal. But if it happens, we could see one of the largest tech conglomerates ever formed. Next up, an open-source AI project went absolutely viral this week. Clawdbot, an AI coding assistant, hit 50,000 GitHub stars and sparked hilarious memes about people stacking rows of Mac Minis to run it locally. But here's the twist. Anthropic, the makers of Claude, stepped in and asked the developers to change the name. It was too close to Claude for trademark comfort. So now it's called Moltbot. Same project, different name. And no, despite the memes, there's no actual Mac Mini shortage. That was just internet humor at its finest. Tesla is making a massive pivot. The company is ending production of the Model S sedan and Model X SUV this year. These were Tesla's flagship luxury vehicles for over a decade. So what's replacing them? Robots. Tesla is converting its Fremont factory to produce Optimus humanoid robots at scale. Elon Musk called it, quote, "our largest product ever," and set a goal of building 1 million robots per year. That's an ambitious target, obviously, but it shows where Tesla sees its future, and it's not just in cars anymore. Now, this is wild. AI models can now watch a video of an app and recreate it as working code. Moonshot AI released Kimi K2.5, a Chinese open-source model that can take video recordings or screenshots and generate fully functional websites and apps from them. Google's not sitting still either. They updated Gemini to accept 100 megabyte file uploads and Google Cloud storage links, making it much easier to feed it large video files. Imagine recording a demo of your competitor's app and having AI rebuild it for you. That's where we're heading. Google had a huge week with 4 major AI announcements. First, Project Genie. This is a world model that generates interactive 3D environments from just text or image prompts. It's like Minecraft meets generative AI. Second, Gemini is now built directly into Chrome's sidebar. It can browse pages for you and has a fun new image tool they're calling Nano Banana. Third, AlphaGenome. This is a massive breakthrough for medical research. It can analyze up to 1 million DNA base pairs to predict gene regulation and disease markers. And fourth, Veo 3.1. Google's text-to-video generator now includes native audio support. That's a lot of firepower from just one company in 1 week. Microsoft had a paradox this week. They reported record revenue and Azure Cloud grew 39% year over year. That should be great news, right? But the stock dropped 10% after hours. Investors are worried about slowing growth rates and Microsoft's aggressive AI spending. On the hardware front, Microsoft announced the Maia 200, their new custom AI chip built on TSMC's cutting-edge 3-nanometer process. The chip is designed for inference, meaning it runs trained AI models efficiently. It's GPT 5.2 ready and will power Azure's AI offerings with better price-to-performance ratios. Anthropic just completed a historic fundraise. They originally targeted $10 billion, but ended up raising $20 billion because investor demand was so high. It was 2x oversubscribed. This values Anthropic at $350 billion, making Claude's creators one of the most valuable AI companies in the world. The money will go toward training larger models, expanding compute infrastructure, and competing head-to-head with OpenAI. But Anthropic isn't the only one raising money. OpenAI is reportedly in talks to raise up to $100 billion at a valuation of $750 billion. That would make it the largest private fundraise in history. They're looking at Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds, global tech VCs, and major institutional investors. If this goes through, OpenAI would have a clear path to an IPO, potentially becoming one of the largest tech companies ever. These are still early talks, so nothing is finalized yet. Here's a surprising partnership. Nvidia and Intel are teaming up. Nvidia's next-generation GPUs will use Intel's 18A process for their I/O chiplets, while TSMC handles the main compute dies. This means 25% of the advanced packaging for these GPUs will go through Intel's EMIB technology. Some analysts estimate the packaging deals could exceed $1 billion. It's a big win for U.S. semiconductor manufacturing and shows that even rivals can find ways to collaborate. The Feynman GPUs are expected around 2028. Figure AI just set a new record for humanoid robots. Their Helix 02 robot completed 61 consecutive autonomous actions without any human intervention. That's the longest fully autonomous task by any humanoid robot ever. What did it do? Something surprisingly mundane. It unloaded a dishwasher, walked around the kitchen, put dishes in cabinets, and started a new wash cycle. But the point isn't the task itself. It's that the robot did it entirely on its own, adapting to variations and handling the whole sequence end to end. This is a major milestone toward robots that can actually be useful in homes and workplaces. Apple quietly made a major acquisition this week. They bought Q.ai, an Israeli startup specializing in silent speech technology. The price? Between $1.6 and $2 billion. Q.ai's tech uses cameras and AI to read lip movements and interpret speech even when you're not making any sound. Think about the applications: AirPods that understand you in noisy environments, AR glasses that respond to whispered commands, accessibility features for people who can't speak loudly. This is Apple's biggest AI-focused acquisition in years. And finally, Google Glass might be making a comeback. Demis Hassabis, the CEO of DeepMind, hinted in an interview that AR glasses are ready for a second attempt, this time with a real AI assistant built in. He even suggested that the next Einstein could be an AI, giving context to why Google is investing so heavily in multimodal AI. The original Google Glass from 2013 was ahead of its time. It had basic notifications but no real intelligence behind it. A 2026 version with Gemini built in could be a completely different story. And Google has competition now from Meta's Ray-Bans and Apple's rumored AR glasses. This one's just CEO hints for now, no confirmed product yet. And that's a wrap on January 2026's biggest tech and AI stories. We covered Musk's mega merger talks, viral coding bots, Tesla's robot pivot, AI that watches videos and writes code, Google's AI Blitz, Microsoft's new chip, record-breaking fundraises, chip manufacturing partnerships, robots doing dishes, Apple's silent speech acquisition, and Google Glass hints. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, hit that like button, and share it with someone who needs to stay updated. Thanks for watching. See you next week.